Yo, what is going on, you guys? BashtianYgo here. I'm in my car. So today, guys, I want to go ahead and show you. So we just finished off our charity event for the holiday season 2023. If you guys don't know, the charity event is a really amazing event. So basically what it is you get your 5-star chips at the beginning. You have to donate cans of food. It's all for a charity. It's a big donations for a good cause. So you come out here, you have fun with some buddies, and basically you gather star chips with each and every single victory. And at the end of the event, you are actually going to be able to gain a pack per star chip that you go ahead and get. So it's pretty much like Duelist Kingdom all over again, guys. It's a lot of fun. So we end up taking Trickstars again. So this is Reincarnating Trickstar episode 3. We actually recorded the duels this time, guys. So heck yeah, let's go. And we got all of it, so very exciting. Overall, it was a really fun event, guys. If you guys have this near any of your local OTSs, I highly recommend. It's for a good cause. You still play Yu-Gi Mons just like you always wanted to. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Yo, what's up, guys? We are back with another Reincarnating Trickstar. We are going up against our boy Mario playing Unchained. So game 1, I'm pretty sure we forgot to shuffle a deck before. We just had it in deck profile mode, and I drew into like a double prosperity, I think a thrust, and I think the terraform that I was able to get the light stage off of. And I had absolutely nothing in hand, if I remember correctly. So I'm pretty sure I went ahead and prosperity. We go activate Fenrir. Thank goodness we're able to go ahead and do something with that. We got a second copy of Fenrir, and he ashes our Trickstar life stage. We're able to go ahead. We have to go ahead and set 2. I believe we drew the double super poly. I don't know, my hand was just absolutely bad. And the imperms are Fenrir of all things, unfortunately, guys. So we are going to have to just really hope that he summons out 2 monsters, because I'm pretty certain that we had the 2 super poly set out right here. So he goes into the DDD plays. He's playing Unchained. I believe he said it's one of his first times actually playing the deck. So he's going to be going through a lot of emotions, making sure everything's good to go. Then he's going to go ahead and activate some effects. To give it the effect, I believe that lets you pop card on the field, so he's able to pop the first super poly we had set on the field, and then he's gonna go ahead and go into, well, normal more or less. Unchained plays, goes prison, search the, I believe that's a Ruha. All the names kind of sound the same, guys. Goes pop trap, special summon another one. That's one of the other ones I cannot pronounce. I believe that's Blue Dragon. He's gonna go ahead and get that off the field by popping our second copy of Super Polymerization. And he gets out 2 copies of his Unchained cards, both level 6. I thought he was going to go just into the into the DD Wave High King Caesar, but ends up going into Yama, and pretty much goes full combo from there on, which realistically we cannot stop just because we don't have anything in our hand. This 2 super polys was the only thing we were banking on, and unfortunately he did not summon out 2 with the same attribute, so we're just gonna go ahead and watch him combo off and absolutely give us the work, guys. He's gonna go ahead and pretty much punch us for game, if I'm not mistaken, here at this point, because if I remember, I got absolutely destroyed game 1, which is technically on me since I did not fully shuffle my deck beforehand. So I guess that's definitely fair, right? So he's gonna go ahead and special. There we go. Get rid of my guy, and then we're going into game 2. All right, guys. Hope you're ready. Game number 2 is on the way. We're gonna go ahead and draw our opening hand. So we already know what we need to do to go ahead and stop this deck. I'm gonna special summon up the Fenrir. Search a copy of the Fenrir. We are not fearing the drone locker at this point. We're gonna go ahead and activate Prosperity. See if he's gonna go ahead and ash again. I believe we only do it for 6 this time, and then he does ash it, unfortunately. So we're gonna go ahead and activate what we got here. Thrust in order to go ahead and get us out our copy of, I believe we get Reincarnation here at this point, because we cannot add it to our hand, and we cannot reactivate this turn because of course he does not control a monster. So go ahead and set 2. I believe actually we got Imperm, and we already had Reincarnation in our hand, so we are set up with a little bit of interruptions here and there, but the ash definitely hurt on that prosperity, since it was definitely necessary for us to go ahead and dig a little further. It's gonna go ahead and activate Tour Guy. We're gonna Imperm that to go ahead and try to prevent his plays. He activates the Dark Contract in the Imperm column, guys, so that's immediately negated as well. But he does have Prosperity, and I believe I do not have Ash at this point, so he's going to be able to go ahead and... Oh, I do have Ash. Oh, whoa, I surprised myself. So I do have the Ash, guys, and I'm pretty sure you just go ahead and pass from here. So we're going to draw a card, put our Fenrir into attack position, and attack banish the Dark Contract card just to make sure you can't search that next turn because it is a once per turn effect. And then we have, of course, our effects. And he's going to go ahead and activate his Enchant card in hand. We Reincarnation banishes so he can't get that special summon out. That's because I know that card would just beat clean over my Fenrir. He's going to go ahead and summon the... again, I don't know what these cards are called, man. Sharama. They all sound exactly the same. It's not my fault. He's going to go ahead and activate the effect to try and link up with my guy, but we effect Valor him. And then we are just waiting for him to get and see what he wants to go ahead and do from here. Again, just one card in hand. So he tribute sets, guys. He tribute sets so that way I can't just banish his monster face down and punch him directly. So a very smart move. Not gonna lie. So we take our draw for turn. We don't activate. We just go ahead and punch. He go ahead and draws. That allows him to set one of the Unchained traps, which is very scary to go ahead and think about. But he's gonna go ahead and take it from here. He's thinking. Doesn't know what exactly he's gonna want to do. It's gonna Harpy's Feather Duster, which is unfortunate, but definitely fine. And then I'm not sure if he can do much else from here, though he is going to be able to activate the Unchained card to special summon one from the graveyard. I try to activate the effect again. Unfortunately, we do not have a second copy of Effect Valor, but we are doing just fine, guys. Going to go ahead and summon out Rage. Attack with Rage again for 1800 attack. But we should be just fine from there, guys. So essentially what we want to do here, I'm asking him what does it do if it's destroyed. And I don't think it was really anything that's too noteworthy, so we're going to go ahead and get our copy of Candina, search Candina, and then we're just going to go ahead and crash into the Rage and let whatever happens. So we are going to go ahead and wait for my man to go ahead and finish digging out through his graveyard. Take it from there. Please go ahead and get the tour guide, special summon out the Fenrir, and then we are chilling on that. So we're going to go ahead and activate Prosperity again. This guy's top decks were crazy. Absolutely crazy. He's going to go ahead and dig for 3. I believe he has the Talents, the Vice King Requiem, and the Imperm. He takes the Talents knowing full well I am going to banish that Fiendish Rhino face down the second he summons it. So I read it just to make sure what it does, and then I have to Fenrir banish it. I mean, there's no way. There's no way I can go ahead and let that slide. So he's going to go ahead and activate his copy of Talents. I believe he draws 2 here as well. Come on, there he is. He's thinking about it. It was a very cerebral match just to make sure we're all making the correct plays, of course. So he's going to go ahead and, of course, activate Talents right here, draw 2 cards. And then he's going to draw into Ash. And I'm not sure what else he draw, maybe an Aruha. So he's not going to be able to extend further from here. So we take our turn draw. Normal summon out the Candina that we top deck, which is absolutely crazy. And Candina then going to allow us to then punch directly for game. No, well, not punch directly, but we'll get the Lycoris, punch with the Fenrir, Candina attack. During battle phase, tag out the Candina, special summon out the Lycoris, punch again. That's 1600 plus 8. So we are good to go from there. He has 400 life points left. During draw phase, he's going to take 200 from Lycoris, 200 from Trickstar light stage. And we are going on to game 3. Game 3, guys, we got our opening hands. He is going to be going first, of course. I do not believe we have any interruptions in our opening hands. He's going to go ahead and activate the DDD card to go and start with DDD plays. So he's going to go ahead and get the Requiem, activate Requiem, special summon the Requiem, get rid of the Dark Contract, go into Machinex, standard play so far. Summon out the guy. We are going to Imperm the Pop, which he can still chain to with the Unchained card, but he chooses not to at this point. I don't believe we have any gas in our hand, unfortunately, so we are not going to be able to do very much during our turn, unfortunately. I think we just pass here. So we're going over exactly what can be done. I special summon the Corbane to punch over, just to go ahead and get rid of it, so he can pretty much force the activations again on his turn, so he can activate it himself, which I'm fine with. He's going to go ahead and activate the effect because we really don't have anything else in hand. I don't have a Fenrir, I don't have a Candina, so it's looking really desperate right now. But because he activates the effect, we are able to activate the Triple Tactic Thrust. Thrust is going to be able to go ahead and search us any normal spell trap from our decks, but he does Ash it. I was planning going into Terraforming, maybe get it like a light stage on board, that way I get my full engine going, but unfortunately that was not the case. I'm gonna go ahead and pop my face down, and then we are not looking so hot from here, guys. You guys go ahead and punch us directly for, I believe that's 7,500 damage. So we have 500 life points left. We're very close on time, so I do not I'm not looking forward to how this game is going to end out, guys. But we are able to draw eventually into our opening hand. We draw into Prosperity. Hope to not get Ash, guys. We go ahead and get rid of that. We get Super Poly. We got so much gas. We have Lightning Storm, but then they would get effects. We have Fenrir, but again, it is not going to be enough to take out 2,000 or 3,000 attack beaters. And we have the Super Poly Candida. We have so many options, guys, but I think the best option here is to take the Super Poly. So then we activate the Super Poly and link, fuse away his 2 big monsters. Go ahead and summon out our Garura. Ooh, sorry, guys. So we're going to summon out our Garura. I'm thinking about what the next best play is, but unfortunately we don't have anything else to really go into. So he's going to summon out the Sangan of all things, guys. Summon out the Sangan, go Yama. Then Yama is going to go ahead and do its full plays, guys. Now I do have the fortunate interaction, quote unquote, that Garura is a 2400 big booty, so he's gonna have a little bit of trouble just trying to find something he can beat over my Garura with, which is kind of funny. But I will definitely take that, guys. Definitely take that. So we're gonna go ahead and wait for him to draw. So I'm gonna draw normal summon Lycoris. We're gonna link it off to banish his Yama, and then we get the draw off Garura as well, which I believe he ashes, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna go ahead and not be able to attack. So we are just chilling on that. He's gonna go ahead and normal summon, activate effect. I'm gonna go ahead and let that go through. But essentially he is going to special summon something else, so it doesn't really make sense for me to do anything like that. So he's trying to get some type of big body on board. Now this guy, I believe, I don't know if he gains attack or it might be, but he has 2,000, I have 1,600, so I end up taking 400. I'm at 100 life points, guys. We top deck life stage for Candina, but that's not enough.
We got that B-roll.
We got that B-roll. Phil, what you got?
Huh?
What you got right now?
He's got a 90 seconds.
Oh shit, never mind. Let me stop fucking around, guys. We are in game number 2. Game number 2 going up against Horus Bestial Orchist of all things. An absolutely wild matchup. So he goes first, activates Imseti, discarding to search out the ghost sarcophagus. We do have the Ash, of course. He does Bestial his Imseti to have a special summon, and then he goes ahead and proceeds to punch. Now, actually, no, we did go first. All we had was a set card, so we are able to go ahead and draw. We draw Candina, activate Candina's effect, and it does imperm us. So I'm trying to see if there's something we could potentially do, trying to save our skin. But no, if it wasn't an effect failure, we could have activated the thrust in our hand. But of course, the imperm does not activate the thrust. So he goes ahead and goes battle phase, try to punch over the Candina, but we do have the Corbane in hand. So then we go ahead and discard, get that additional damage on board, and we are good to go from there. We are trying to cook. We don't have anything we can really do in our hand, guys, so we just go ahead and punch him in the face. He activates his Bestial Druid Swarm, gets rid of our Corbane, punch over our Candina, and now we are struggle busting, guys. So we draw into Reincarnation, set Reincarnation, and we do have Droll in hand, so we're just waiting for him to add any card to his hand, and we should be able to go from there, but we just instead punches with Druid Swarm. Understandable, definitely a fair move. Let's go ahead and draw. So we draw into Fenrir, special summon Fenrir, of course. Search the Fenrir, so we don't have anything else we can do. And then we actually go ahead and punch, banish the Druid Swarm face down, and attack his face down monster, which is a Soul Revolution or Soul Synchron. So we actually add something to his hand, Crimson Gaia, and we draw Reincarnation him. Draw for turns, he doesn't have anything he can do, and then we go ahead and take it from there. So we're gonna go ahead and wait. It's not gonna be able to do much. It's gonna activate his normal summon his not Horus, the Orcus, and then we do imperm that, get rid of it, and then you just go straight into game 2 from there, guys. Game 2, we are opening up with our opening hand. We do not know what we have because I cannot see that right now, but I don't believe we have many hand traps right now except for the imperm. So we go ahead and just let him go clean off. He's going to go ahead and send his Lubellion to the graveyard, search the Soronir. I'm not too familiar with the full Bestial combo line, especially with the new horror stuff, so it's kind of... I'm pretty sure that the main thing is just to go into the zombie vampire and try to do some shenanigans like that. But he goes, guys, activates his Gaia, search out the Resonator, goes into Scarlet Red Dragon Archwing, which he told me should have been Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon, which does make a lot more sense to go into potential Synchro 10 lines like Bear and something like that. So this is where he's actually able to start activating some of his Orcus cards, and I am actually able to see what the Orcus cards really do because I did not play during Orcus format, so I'm not the most familiar with them. He goes into Galatea, is able to do a few more things here and there, but he's just activating Galatea effect, guys, to go ahead and search out his copy of the Babylon. I'm not sure if that's really the exact one that does it, because again, I'm not too familiar with the Orcus cards, guys, gonna be honest with you. So it sets the Orcus field spell, which pretty much turns all of his Orcus cards in the graveyard and field into immediate quick effects, which is pretty wild. So I do have Harpy Spell Duster in hand, but unfortunately the Dingirsu does protect all of his things. So right now we're just trying to bait that thing out. So what we do, we go ahead and we're strategizing right now. We're strategizing, trying to think this through, making sure that we're making the correct plays. Again, when you're going up against something like anything with Horus and Bystials, especially now with Orcus and everything is quick play spells, we got to go ahead and think it through, guys. So we'll go ahead and special summon out the Fenrir. We're going to go ahead and go into battle phase, punch with Fenrir, target to banish face down, but he does have the imperm, guys. So then we go ahead and Duster, wipe the board clean, and then we are good to go from there. But he does activate some effects to add the, I believe he's able to potentially add the field spell back to his hand later on. We activate Light Stage, search out Candina, get our copy of the Lycris out. Now, if we already had Candina, we search out the Lycris. Normal summon Candina, search out Reincarnation, so we can go ahead and have that. We do have Thrust to be able to go ahead and search. I'm not too sure what to search at this point, so I'm really just thinking, because I really was thinking potentially get Change of Heart, take his Dingirsu, go into like a SP, something that I could potentially do. But we decided to go ahead and just search out, I believe, a copy of Imperm, if I'm not mistaken, or another copy of Reincarnation. And we just go ahead and end on the Lycris and the Fenrir from there. Realistically, looking back, I definitely should have taken the Dingirsu because he can just punch over my Fenrir. But it is what it is. It's a learning experience. I really should have known better at that point. But yeah, it is what it is. So then he Bystials, tries to special summon. We Reincarnation, get rid of that nonsense. He goes ahead and draws. That's fine. We don't have Drone Lockbird in hand, although that's just how it goes. So we're just waiting for him to go ahead and fully set up, trying to commit to his plays. I believe this is where he's able to go ahead and get his copy of the field spell back to his hand, which I think is still pretty wild. But yeah, so I mean, the fact that the field spell is pretty much reusable on an eternally basis apparently is absolutely just blew my mind, honestly, guys. And I definitely should have taken the Dingirsu. Again, I am looking back at it. I definitely messed up a deep doo-doo right now, guys. He's going to summon a second copy of Dingirsu. And does he link them both off in the SP? Okay, yeah, banish the Light Stage, which is definitely a fair move, so that way I can't target and quote-unquote MST his back row, which makes perfect sense. So what we're going to do here, we don't want him to activate any effects, so we normal summon Candina, activate no effects. We go into battle phase, try to punch over the SP, and then he activates something to go ahead and special summon. And that's actually going to go, no, it's going to boost the SP by 300. So what we do is we activate Lycris in hand to tag out the Candina, special summon out the Lycris. And I mean, this charity event was absolutely wild, guys. There were so many crazy decks out there that I just did not know exactly what they did, which is actually crazy, guys. But we're just gonna go ahead and special summon out his Dingirsu. We do have 2 Lycris on board, so we are quote unquote safe, but however, we are still not in the best position overall to win, guys. So we're just going to go ahead and wait for him to go ahead and do his plays. He's going to normal summon out his Orcus. Again, I should have changed of heart, taken his Dingirsu, but it is what it is. I cannot go back now. So he's going to go ahead and punch over both of my Lycrises. And I believe he does eventually to go ahead and take this game as well. We're going to go ahead and still draw. And yeah, we don't have anything in hand, guys. We're actually going to get absolutely clapped up. Normal summon Candina, activate effect. He's going to go ahead and get rid of that nonsense, and we're actually going to go ahead and try to punch over the SP Little Knight, I believe, eventually. Then he's going to go ahead and detach the Dingirsu, especially summon out the same copy of Dingirsu. We go ahead and get absolutely bodied, and then we're going into game 3. Alright, guys, game 3. We're going to go ahead and start things off, guys. We starting off with a Trickstar Light Stage. We get Ashed, of course, and we thrust into a copy of Reincarnation. Again, he doesn't have any monsters on board, or else I would like to get to Terraforming, search another copy of Light Stage. We're going to normal summon that Candy. Now we do have a set Reincarnation in on our field, which he is aware of. We go ahead and I believe he sets the field spell, which is smart. Instead, he search. He's going to go ahead and search out Sarcophagus, and he's going to go ahead and get his additional draw as well. We're here talking about how much burn damage he would take. I'm pretty sure it'd be 800 because it's 2 separate searches. I have to go ahead and see, but he searches instead. We draw Reincarnation again, guys. Absolutely crazy. Second time we're doing it to this man. Low-key felt a little bad, but I mean, is Yu-Gi-Mons at the end of the day. Normal summon out Candina. Candina effect search a Lycris. Battle phase. Tag out 2 Lycris, and we take the game from there.
Because it's a charity event for Hero title, I decided to
Round number 3, guys, we're going up against Gate Guardian and all things. Now, I was not aware he was playing Gate Guardian, or else I should have probably impermed this, but he does get an activate, normal summons Prism, activate effect. So I think, yeah, that's fine. And he goes into Kazajin, and then he's able to actually just go ahead and banish all materials from his hand. Because he had Kazajin Sujin, or Raijin Sujin in his hand. He had a Kazajin on board, technically. So he's able to summon out his big Gate Guardian, which cannot be targeted. Or if it were to get targeted, you can actually like negate it 3 times per turn. So it's very inoptimal for this to be the case, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So we have to find a way to get around it. We're going to special summon out Defender, since this is one thing that we can do to try to defend protect ourselves. Now, my initial thought is I'm going to have to burn him for a lot of damage in order to take this game, because there's no way I'm going to be able to take it. Now, we could, of course, try to instant fusion, go into like a 1000 IS restrict and try to take it, but that's technically targeting, so you can just negate from there. He's going to go ahead and activate the spell card to let him pop my Fenrir. Unfortunately, punched me for 3750, so that was unfortunate. So then you go ahead, and I think I'm just pretty sure just pass from there, but he's going to go ahead and activate his Magician's Souls to go ahead and send a one of the copies of the Gate Guardian to the grave. But that leaves him with a monster on board, which I can definitely try to take advantage of. So what we're actually going to try to do here, basically what this guy says is I cannot target it up to 3 times per turn, which is unfortunate because a lot of things I do target. But we're going to go ahead and activate Light Stage. Light Stage is going to be able to search out a copy of Candina. Normal summon Candina. Candina searches out, I believe it searches out Korobane at this point. Yes, so Korobane is going to give us the line that we perfectly need to get out this board. So we're going to go special summon Korobane, activate the Lycoris to tag out. And then Korobane is going to be able to be used as fodder. So we're going to go ahead and summon out Flame Swordsman. Let's go. Punch Durendal into the Magician's Souls. And that means we attacked with an XZ monster, guys. So we're going to go ahead and summon out Zeus. And we are in a perfect position to go ahead and try to push for a lot of damage from here. But we're going to go ahead and play it defensively. We're not going to activate Zeus just yet, because other things he can do, because if that Gate Guardian ever leaves the field, he can special summon other Gate Guardians from his deck or extra deck. So what he does here, goes battle phase, punch the Lycoris, then I'll activate the Zeus effect to equip, and a card is destroyed. So that's definitely something huge that we can do, and a lot of people don't really do, so that was nice. We're going to go ahead and normal summon the Candina, get a copy of Lycoris. We're still going to go ahead and play it defensively. I think at this point it's just a better move, just to keep summoning out Lycoris and keep just doing burn damage until he just if he wants to keep destroying other cards on the field, we'll keep attaching more zeros, and the Zeus will eventually keep getting bigger and bigger. But he's just at the field spell. The field spell says that if Gate Guardian ever were to battle, he can go ahead and do something with his Wall Shadow in the grave and pop a monster. So when he goes into battle phase, we just go ahead and when he activates the field spell, we'll just clear the board from there, and then he's able to summon out one of the other Gate Guardian fusion monsters, in which case that is also going to be a little bit of an issue, but not nearly to the degree. So he's explained to me how the Gate Guardian cards work. So they have to be banished from the field, hand, or graveyard. So they don't work if they're already banished. So I'm trying to use that to my advantage, things like that. But they will summon out another copy of freaking Gate Guardian because he already had 3 other pieces, so he's able to go ahead and punch over our Zeus. But what we're able to do here, normal summon out the Candina, special summon out the Light Stage. I believe we special summon out here the Lycoris, and he did summon from the extra deck multiple times last turn. So that means, guys, we get to go into our Sky Crisis to go ahead and bounce that back to the extra deck. And now here we're discussing whether it still gains the effect because it is leaving the field because of an opponent's card, and I do understand, or because it's leaving the field in general, which I do understand. But because and the judge came over, he verified and everything, but because the card is going back to the extra deck, he's not going to be able to recognize the effect that it left the field. It's similar to like a Mirror Jade effect, which is technically what we use to go ahead and clarify this. So Mirror Jade wouldn't get the effect, so same thing here. So we're gonna go ahead and just sit on this Sky Crisis card. Now this Labyrinth Tank, what it does is it pretty much sets one of his many banished during the grave, I think, Gate Guardian pieces, and puts in a spell in trap card zone. So I will not allow it to happen. We're gonna go ahead and imperm that, because there's no way I was going to go ahead and let that slide. So then we go ahead and normal summon out Candina, and then we go ahead and punch for game here. Lilybell gets us back to Lycoris. Lycoris tag out, punch for game, and then we're going into game number 2. Game number 2, guys, we're going to draw our opening hands. He's going to go ahead and go first by normal special summoning out his Labyrinth Tank. which is unfortunate. So we're gonna go ahead and I believe imperm or effect value that, and then we draw when he searches out his Magician's Soul. He's still gonna go ahead and activate the effect of special summon by sending a card to the graveyard, and then we immediately DD Crow that to go ahead and banish it from the graveyard. We don't want any of his pieces. We activate Light Stage, he ashes, and I don't believe we have anything else to do from there. So let's go ahead and pass. Activate Spellbound. No, we activate Light Stage, target the Spellbound. Normal summon out the Candina, punch over his Magician's Soul, so I'll leave him with one monster. Then he is able to go ahead and draw punch over our Lycris as we don't have anything. He's going to go ahead and continue. He's going to try to activate the effects again, in which case I don't think we can really stop it at this point. There's not much we can really do, which is kind of funny. So we actually are able to draw into our second copy, our first copy of Terraforming, activate Light Stage, go into full Trickstar plays. Thank goodness, man. So he hits us with the Imperm. Then he hits us with the, when we search out Corbane, he hits us with the Spooky Dogwood in order to prevent us from special summoning. Try to prevent the special summoning the Corbane, but that's fine. We just actually punch with the Candina, discard the Corbane during the damage step, and don't special summon again, so he halves his own life points. He activates Fusion Deployment. We do have the Ash, and then he says, you know what, I'm going to go out on my own terms. Normal summons out another copy of Spooky Dogwood and punches. I really believe he just could have put that in defense position. Alright guys, so we are going into round 4, going up against Zark Pendulum, which is a deck I have not going up against, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going against the homie Brandon. Unfortunately, the last round comes to a potential team kill, but we'll go ahead and see what happens here. So I'm going to go ahead and go pretty much full combo if I'm not able to stop him with his Zark plays. Yeah, get his the new Pendulum Sorcerer guy that's coming, that came out of what's that set called? Was it is it Age of Overlord? No, that was long ago. No, yeah, Age of Overlord. He's gonna do a lot of pendulum things, guys. Supreme King Gate 0 is a ridiculously good card, especially for this deck. So now I am understanding again. I don't know what it is about today, guys, about this charity event, but where I was going up against a lot of stuff that I did not know how to really go up against. These activates beyond the pendulum. I impermit. I'm not sure if that's the correct move because he still goes clean off from there. Summon out the extra exceed the pendulum. So he's got protection with his fusion dragon. He's gonna go ahead and summon out another copy of the Pendulum Magician. He has his Exit on board with the trap card that can target one of the pendulums and then go straight into a Zark from there. So it's pretty crazy to go ahead and think about. So I know he has the Omni Negate as well. So we gotta go ahead and we have the Harpy Spread Duster, so we know we can do. We're gonna go ahead and Super Poly out to 2 targets so we can't summon Zark. Go into Garura, activate Ready Fusion to go into our copy of, let's see what we're gonna go into. I believe we go into the, okay, so we do go into the Flame Swordsman to go into the Nightmare Phoenix and try to pop the Supreme King Gate 0. Realistically, I could have potentially just gone into no, I had Ready Fusion, so I couldn't do that yet. So that was the best move from there. He negates, of course, my Harpy Spread Duster, but we do have Thrust. We're gonna go ahead and go into our copy of Terraforming. Activate Terraforming to go into our copy of Light Stage. Activate Light Stage, go into Candina. And then we can normal summon out Candina because we have not normal summoned just yet. We first, of course, Light Stage freeze a back row. Candina, search Lycris, that way we have recursion and we have additional follow-up for next turn. Turn those into an SP Little Knight and then target to banish, but he does have the Quick Play spell in hand to then search another copy of the brand new, again, Pendulum card. A lot of pendulums have a lot of effects, so he's doing a lot of explaining again. Big kudos to you, Brandon. Appreciate you, bro, for allowing, for teaching me essentially how pendulums work. And unfortunately, we do try to reincarnate the Lycris, but I thought SP Little Knight said that it cannot attack directly this turn, but it says no, it's you cannot attack directly this turn, so we are unable to punch for any damage. But we do still have that little burn damage going on. Now he special summoned out his Sorcerer again, get that guy out, and that was a tuner. Activates the effect, special summon another one, so we are able to, we have to SP Little Knight there to go ahead and banish. And pretty much just hope that we don't get absolutely wrecked in OTK from here, because this deck can just keep special summoning out a whole bunch of monsters, of course, as Pendulum decks do. Now, we are, the only thing that's standing between us and death is that one little Lycris, so thankfully it is able to hold up on game 1. Now is waiting to see what else Brandon is going to want to do with his Pendulum strategy. Again, go into a Sulfur Cord card, which means that anything that it points to cannot be negated, which is perfectly fine. So we draw. We actually draw into, I believe, a Super Poly from here, but he doesn't have any interruption that I am aware of, so we're going to go ahead and normal summon out the Candina effect to search. And I believe this is just going to be discard fodder, so we're going to special summon out the Lycris. And then we'll take it from here. We're going to go ahead and activate Super Poly, get our Mud Dragon, banish copy Reincarnation, special summon, then we punch for game, and we're going into game number 2. Game number 2 begins, guys, and Brandon goes first. He's gonna go ahead and go full combo again, Dragon Shrine shenanigans, things like this. The Druid Swarm or whatever thing. I realize when I'm doing these type of voiceovers, I really don't know these more obscure decks like Gate Guardian, like Pendulum, like Orcust. So it's very hard for me to really get a grasp of what the hell is going on. But I do know Harmonizing Magician is a good card. So he's going clean off on his combos, guys. He's gonna go ahead and Synchro for Baron. Definitely understandable, great play, of course. Then he's gonna go ahead and, well, I think he's thinking about what he wants to do here, because he's not gonna be ending on the fusion, but he does still want to end on some type of like a pendulum card, so that he's able to go ahead and still activate his trap to fuse into Zark. Zark is a wild monster. Just go ahead and say that right off the bat. 4K beater. Blows at the board. He has 3 back row. I am quaking in my boots, guys, but we'll go ahead and see what we got in opening hand. We do still have open up the Harpy's Feather Duster again. I believe we have a Super Poly also, if I'm not mistaken, or a Lightning Storm. But he does have the Baron. The first thing we do have to do is draw phase, activate Super Poly, because if we do not, then he's going to be able to summon out Zark. So that's something we have to do. So we can't take advantage of our Lightning Storm, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and activate Harpy's Feather Duster, which Baron, of course, negates. And then we instant fusion into the Thousand Eyes Restrict. Thousand Eyes Restrict, take Barone, go into SP, banish a card. So we're going to go ahead and banish that, take it from there. Now we're good to go, full combo, quote-unquote, Trickstar. Normal summon out Candina, light stage. He ignition, whatever, artifact ignition, pops our light stage to start his Lancia, unfortunately. So we are not able to get the Lycris for our follow-up plays. And we punch over, which lets him special summon out his Astrograph Sorcerer from his hand, which is extremely unfortunate for us, guys. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So he's going to go ahead and draw for turn. Normal summon out the same dude that we just tried to beat over. And pretty much what I dislike is that this dude, what's it called? This level 4 monster, I don't know the name, is pretty much full combo on its own, which is absolutely crazy. So the Pendulum strategy is definitely an absolutely wild one at that. So he's going to go ahead and activate the trap to summon out the Zark. And then Zark is going to try to blow up the board. We activate SP, try to save our Candina and SP. But unfortunately, he does have full game from there, and we cannot proceed. So we concede, go into game 3. So starting off with game number 3, guys, we're going to go ahead and set to pass going first. Not optimal at all. I believe we drew into 2 Reincarnation, 2 Thrust, and a copy of Drone Lockbird, or 2 Super Poly, 2 Thrust. No, we drew 2 Solemn Judgment, 2 Thrust, and the Drone Lockbird, which did not do a single thing against him. So we activate activate the Drone Lockbird when he searches. We solemn his spell, so hopefully he's done that, halts his turn from there, because I know if he were to get that off, he could still do a lot of plays. But it does put us at 4,000 life points, guys. So just go ahead and thinking what he can do. He tries to activate the effect of the level 4, but unfortunately that does say that you can only activate it if you control no monsters. So, but he has other lines, guys. Pendulums always have other lines. He activates the Sorcerer guy to get out his copy of Double Iris, and of course he gets his Supreme King Gate 0 on board, Pendulum summons, and then punches for game to finish me off from there. We got PAX charity event. Let's go in between rounds because your boy doesn't record the B-roll footage. Brand explosion, yada. Hey, yo, Sprite Carrot.
Hey, eat your vegetables.
Just put some in your pocket.
No, they're still there. Trust me, I don't want that.
Alright, OTS 18. Let's go, whatever that is.
Hey, yo. Release the Hercules.
Isn't that supported for, what's it called? B Troopers?
Yes.
Isn't that B Troopers support?
Yes. We got 30 seconds.
Oh my god.
Yo.
Hey, yo,
Oh, nope. Saving the ulti for this?
Saving the ulti for this.
Okay.
We need the recent ones. Oh my god, I'm gonna bend the ulti. We don't care here. Bambuku, get out of here.
No.
Get that girl. It doesn't matter what his name is.
Bobonko,
What's his name? It
doesn't matter what. Yo, shout out David. Yo.
I do that to Josh. Let's go. Hey yo, the charity event pulls. Hit me with it. Hey yo, no, that's fire, bro. What are you kidding me? That's a super rare. No, that's 10 cents.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's 10 cents.
I'll pick it up.
No, you're bugging.
This feels pre-opened.
Let's go.
Trash.
Hey yo, baby Sarasaurus, shout out Dino DNA. Hey yo.
More trash.
No, oh my god, Monk of the 10, that's the most broken card in the game. Yeah. Give me the ulti. Where's the ulti?
No, there's no ultis here.
How do they still have 18?
I don't know. They said they got 18.
Frank!
Let's
Let's go!
I'm with it.
My man.
What's good?
He nice with it.